ke awa nuku e tuai he tāpui tāmaka e tau wai. Tutu mai au pari kā rangaranga tēnei, te karanga e ngai wino mai, hara mai. Ki te hōtaka whakamutunga o tā tātou hui i te tau rua mano e rua takau mawha. Kia ora and welcome. And as you can see, we are, well, in the field, I guess, with many people who have joined our hui in 2024. So we're going to catch up with a number of the guests who had kaupapa broadcast on the hui this year. Thank you for joining us throughout this year, and thank you for joining us here now. And so let's get into it. Let's introduce you to our first guest here. And, well, he needs no introduction. They say that you should always bring, you know, the person to the mountain, but the mountain has arrived. He's been busy all year. Here's, of course, Dr. Tātere Jerry McLeod. Te taukata tēnā koe.
Tēnā koe.
He taunui, ka hoki ko muri ake ngā mahara ki te ki, ki tu heitia, he koro bom. Ana ki te hunga, a kua raume mene atu rā ki tu e tangi ana te ngākau, i te kore ngā mai wera, tino tangata.
Ka tika hoki, e nā mate nui, ko pāne ki te ui Māori, ngari ki tōku anō ngākau.
Kia hoki ko muri ake o whakaaro ki ngā kaupapa pēnei me te hikoi, pēnei me toi tū, te reo. E tū hāhāna i tō tātou reo me o nā tikanga. Ka hupehe o whakaaro, i runga noi te mahara tērā te iwi Māori e ngaua kino tiana, e te tiriti me te kaupapa David Seymour e nā mea katoa.
Ai, ko te iwi Māori tēnei, e patua mai nei, e tātāhia mai nei, engari mena rā, he māramatanga kei roto i te pauritanga, ko te whakakotahi mai a te iwi Māori. Ngā waka, ngā iwi, ngā hapu, ngā marae, ngā whānau, ngā hoariri, kua hoahoa nei. I raro i tēnei hoariri, kotahi nei, koera ki au te tai hua nui.
So as we think about things like, you're wearing merch right on brand today, thank you. Thank you very much for the merch. Yeah, and thank you for giving me the T-shirt too. In the post, I believe. But no, when you think back
Thank you for coming as MC.
Touche. But when you think back to that wonderful event, do you feel still a sense of pride at what happened? It's so many people that was supported also by the local council and all those other...
Toitū Te Reo was a global demonstration that despite the rhetoric that's going around Aotearoa, Te Reo Māori is thriving, and it is actually appreciated by most New Zealanders. And that, to me, was the greatest outcome of Toitū Te Reo, with the amount of people that came together, thousands, who came together for a street festival about Te Reo Māori, which some people are saying, you know, is irrelevant and not us, rah, 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 rah. So it was. To me, it was a hugely fantastic event.
Does it create a rod for your back? Do you have to do another Toitū Te Reo next year? Because, you know, I'll be available.
Is that on camera? Certainly, but I think we need to take it to another level. We need to continually strive to be better. And how do we make it more inclusive? Because sometimes we're talking to a very small bubble within a small bubble within a small bubble. It's how do we get more people involved and more of our people who are disconnected to their language through no fault of their own.
E te taukita tēnā koe. Mō I whakaihihi, I whakawhinunake ake a tātou ki tō tātou reo me o na tikanga. E te taukita tēnā koe.
Ka nui ngā mihi, I'll see you next year. Mark it in your calendar.
Yeah, I'll be there.
I rongo koutou Aotearoa.
I'll be there. That was, of course, Dr. Tātere Jeremy McLeod. And we're going to introduce you to other members and guests of the show this year. And, of course, as you know, we had the Royal Commission into the Abuse and State Care Inquiry, and two people who are part of our episode, not just our story, episode, when we brought that to you with us now. We're joined by Eugene and Lirita Ryder. Tēnā kōrua.
Tēnā koe.
Ia kura ngatira. You would have seen the apology from the Crown. You were there, actually, at that apology. Now that we've had that, how do you both feel about where things are at now?
Well, different survivors had different expectations, I suppose. Some, like myself, just wanted to hear the words, you know, that it happened, that we were believed, and that someone was sorry about it. Others expect a bit more. But, you know, I just think about words versus actions. And so now, you know, the kind of it's in what the government's going to do in their actions to address, you know, those horrors that happened in the past.
Lirita, what was it like, both sharing your own experience, having those experiences recorded in whanaketia from darkness to light, and then hearing that Crown apology?
For me, the apology, yeah, that was a long time coming. I think hearing the Prime Minister's words and everything that he said also made me angry. You know, they all good, they got their reports and everything like that, and we're still left fixing our whānau. So, you know, help us to do that. You know, don't just say whatever you said in government. You know, the Royal Commission wasn't enough for us.
We got a massive amount of feedback on your stories, and thank you for allowing us to broadcast those stories. What response did you receive to sharing those experiences and having so much compassion and empathy from New Zealanders?
Yeah, I think I got a huge response from the gang community, you know, and as we know, there was a gang report annexed to the main report, and so it helped people tell their stories. It helped whānau of those survivors and some that didn't survive understand what had happened and why they were treated the way that they were treated in their upbringing.
And Loretta, people have said, quite clearly, advocates for the report have also said, not just the report writers, but others who support the report, Whanaketia, have said they want the government, they want the Crown to enact all the recommendations of Whanaketia from Taonga to Life. Do you think that'll happen?
Highly doubt it, but it's a start. That's what I think. As long as we're not speaking on deaf ears, like I said in the beginning, yeah, you know, it's a process, and the Prime Minister said, you know, the report took 6 years, and hopefully it doesn't take them 6 years, you know, to help us all, yeah, help all the survivors.
Eugene, what's the final message to those watching now? Because as we get to the end of the year, people, you know, they get with whānau, they have a celebration, they think about what happened in the year, but what's your message to Aotearoa New Zealand here now?
Yeah, it's really to just, you know, look after your tamariki, look after your mokopuna, keep them safe. Make sure they got food in their belly and a roof over their head. You know, that's my message to all our whānau. Loretta?
Mine is to love one another. Aye, that's it. Love one another.
That's the message. Hey, that's the kaupapa. I tēnei wāhanga o te tau. In Christmas and New Year, love one another. E koe rangatira, tēnā kōrua. Was Eugene and Loretta Ryder. Stay with us, we have much more and many more guests to come on our last episode of The Hui for 2024 e ngā iwi kia i totoru mai. Oki mai anō e ngā iwi. This is the last episode of The Hui for 2024. I believe it was Charles de Gaulle that said that politics is too important to leave to the politicians. So who better to give credence to that quote than the man himself, entrepreneur, political commentator and professional raconteur, Shane Tepoe joins us now. Shane, tēnā koe.
Kia ora, kia ora, Julian.
No, mate. Nice shirt, by the way.
Great, yeah,
Feel
great.
free to express.
We'll give it away.
We'll give it a pass?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, but Julian, congratulations on the Hui this year. Some really great stories that are broken, not only sort of hard news stories, but people stories, and the stories that often our people aren't represented in. So well done to you and your team.
Tēnā koe. And of course, it's been a big year. I mean, we talked about King Ituheitia and Bob Gillies earlier with Dr. Jeremy Tātere McLeod, but even recently, you know, Kiwi Campbell and Kath Walton, and of course, Matua Kore Wharehinga, Joe Glenn.
Yeah, Joe Glenn, who was in the SAS for 30 years, of course, made some mistakes later in life introducing you to broadcasting, Julian, but we'll get over that. But hey, look, just like Matua Bom, he was a man that gave it all for his country, but wasn't recognised by his country. You know, Matua Bom wasn't given a ballot for a farm where Pākehā were, and it was 2008 that we recognised the mahi of our Vietnam vets, and as you well know, Julian, the vast majority of them, because they were infantry, were Māori.
I want to talk about politics and some of the big issues this year. I mean, who would have thought at the beginning of this year we'd had over 100,000 people, according to some estimates, marching, doing a hikoi down the streets of Wellington this year?
For a non-election year, what a year, Julian? You know, and it started off with the Hui a Iwi, the call for kotahitanga, the last act of King Tuheitia, and it's played out there where, over the last week or so, 100,000 people. And I think it's really politicised at quite a base level, our people. You know, I'm proud to say, Julian, that there were 3 generations of my own whānau on that hikoi, and I think that kotahitanga, that unity is something I haven't seen amongst Māoridom, particularly when it comes to politics. Lots of things we disagree on, but on this issue, we've been united.
Yeah. You used the word ACT. I suspect it was a play on words as well as a very good use of the word. But has ACT stolen a march, again to use a play on words, from this government, and in particular from the Prime Minister and the national government?
Well, the Prime Minister has failed to show any leadership on this. I think the fact that he didn't turn up to the hikoi or even meet with our hapuiwi leaders was a cowardly act and an unnecessary act. And, you know, Julian, just the hypocrisy of it. We've got fast-track legislation, three days or so of select committee, but they're going to drag this out for 6 months, Julian, and our people will continue to be the bashing boy or girl or whatever gender we want to use in relation to that. But I think we're up to it and we're up to the fight.
What do you think, given we didn't expect a lot of this this year, what do you think is going to happen next year?
Well, I think that we're going to... Two things, Julian. I think we're going to see money and resources through ACT and other third-party players in support of this bill like we've never seen before. And I think that needs to be held to account. I think we need to know where this money is coming from, where these resources are coming from. But I think that it's going to be met with ongoing opposition by our people, and not just by Māori. You know, that march were our treaty partners were there, new immigrants were there, a level of unity. And I think that's going to create some ongoing problems for the government. And the other big thing that's going to happen next year, Julian, is we've got a change of Deputy Prime Ministership from Winston Peters to David Seymour. That's a lot of ego. Let's see how that works out.
And also local body elections as well.
Local body elections.
Which will be big. Finally, internationally, I mean, a change of government in the UK. And then a change in government, and again, a change in party, and also Donald Trump as president in the United States. I mean, you were there. Was that a surprise? Or did you think that was going to happen?
Well, it was a surprise. You know, it was a fairly decent win to Trump. But when I was on the ground, a lot of despondency. And the messages I have, particularly for groups that I support, centre-left groups, you've got to stand for something, man. You've got to have a clear policy that gives people hope, because if you're just national light, people are going to vote for the real thing. So I think that's the message that I would give to parties that I support on the left, Julian.
Shane, have a good Christmas.
Kia ora.
Happy New Year. Go the Hurricanes till 2025. That'll do. Shane DeVoe, political commentator there now. We're now going to come over to the creative sector of the Hui for 2024. I'm joined by Awhina Lisi and also Mikoto, all of whom had incredible stories this year. We'll start with you, Awhina. Tēnā koe hon, no mai. So good to have you here with us. That tuku work that you did, that was amazing. What was the response like that you got on the ground from people after they saw your episode on the Hui?
Well, I guess it's been an interesting journey in that I sort of spoke about my desire to move into a warehouse and take on kaimahi, and I was able to achieve that this year in March. So yeah, for the last 6 months I've been able to scale my pakihi, and I've also been funded to tukutuku my marae in Ngāti Kahu, Parapara.
Wow.
And so that's a huge milestone for not only my pakihi journey, but for myself as a creative and he uri o tihiko o tihika.
And whānau as well, right? And
Absolutely,
whānau, I mean,
take them on the ride of this kaupapa. And so my pakihi started out of the kāinga, and so to be able to use my pukinga to give back to my hapu iwi is a huge,
Yeah, that's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. Next year, what do you want to do next year, aside from those big kaupapa, of course?
Gratefully I get to travel next year and share my pukinga with other iwi take and help them create rauemi and workshops to revitalise and re-indigenise their iwi as well.
Me, tēnā koe hon.
Oh, mihi.
No, mate, good to have you with us. And of course, whare harikoa. Crochet, the whare of crochet. I mean, that story was amazing and so colourful, as is obviously expressed here this afternoon. Let's tell us, where is the whare harikoa now? What's happening with whare harikoa?
Well, right this very second, she is en route. That's where Rudy is now. He's in the truck with the whare headed to Ōtautahi, and they'll get there at about 5 o'clock tonight. And
Wow.
yeah, ready to open at Koka on Saturday the 7th of December.
So when can people go see the whare harikoa in Ōtautahi?
From Saturday 7th of December.
7th of December. And how long will it be there for?
Till the end of April.
Till the end of April. Wow, heaps of time.
Yeah.
What was the response like after your story on whare harikoa and your beautiful crochet mahi went to wear?
Just nothing but aroha for the kaupapa. It's a really special, beautiful kaupapa that we find ourselves on, and so fortunate to be gifted, really. And yeah, the response is always nothing but tautoko, aroha, real hearty. Yeah, we're really, really, really blessed.
Tēnā koe hoa. Good to have you with us as well.
Ame.
We got an amazing story for you, and in particular, finding your papa and reconnecting with your papa. Have you been back to Japan since?
I've been back twice already,
Wow.
and he's met his mokopuna,
Oh, wow.
was my dream for him to meet his Māori mokopuna, and also my husband as well. And it's only been a year, but I feel like it's been a long, long time. I mean, it's a lot to catch up on the last 40 years within a year. But I'm very, very grateful, and grateful to the hui and to Ruane and John and Mark. It's a very complex kaupapa, and I wanted to thank you for the drive and determination to help me get over there to find him.
It's so awesome that you got your tamaiti to be able to go see his korowa, his Japanese korowa, and for his korowa to see his mokopuna. Now, the reason why we put you in the creative cohort is because you do have a day job. I mean, it must be an interesting space at the moment, Te Papa, and what's going on at Te Papa, particularly when we talk about taonga coming home, repatriation.
That's right. And taonga is is beyond the physical. It's our wairua, it's within us, and us as people. It's in thinking, it's in love. And so that's something that I think all of these stories really, really trigger, is that you understand that the aroha sits within all of us, and the manako to manaki that aroha. Yes, these stories help to lift all of that up.
Yeah, giving life to aroha.
That's right.
Tēnā koe. E ko rangatira, tēnā koutou katoa. Thank you so much for joining us here. And of course, we'll be back with more from our guests of the hui on our last episode for 2024. We're throwing forward to Te Matatini, and we're going to introduce our hui house band. That's after the break. Kei te tunu mai. Hoki mai e ngai wi ki ta mata whakaputunga whakamutunga o te tau rua mano rua takau mawha. It is our last episode for the hui for 2024, and we're just going to project a little forward to 2025. The hui of huis, Te Matatini 2025, Te Matatini Te Kahui Maunga, and who better to talk about that than the indescribable and incomparable Mercia Yates. So Tuina Mercia, tēnā koe.
Tēnā koe, Jules.
No mai. I heard a vicious rumour. It is that the last group that performs at Te Matatini Te Kahui Maunga will win. I can't remember who that group I can't remember who that group is.
Ai, ko rangi wewa hi tērā, no reira, tēnā koe.
Who will win? Easy question.
I know.
Simple answer.
Look, actually, following the year that we've just had, I'm not going to answer it directly.
Okay.
Indirectly, I'm going to talk about the competitions that have happened across the motu. So our secondary school, and most recently, our primary school regionals have just taken place. Now, the movement in Te Matatini, looking at these uri whakatupuranga that are coming through the motions, I'm looking forward to 2025. And who will win Matatini 2025? Ko Waikamohi.
That diplomatic
Safe,
answer.
safe.
But you talked about Manakura Tahi, Manakura Tuarua. I've seen huge growth in both performance numbers, but also in people who go along and watch. Why is that, do you think?
My whakaaro is the growth comes from the role modelling that they have around them. Te Matatini, 55 groups next year, largest we've ever had. For our taitamariki, most of their teachers are in groups now, their whānau all participate. The marae is the place to be, and if it's not the marae, then it's wherever your tūranga waiwai is for your kapa. So I really look forward to watching that exploration, actually explosion happening next year.
Yeah. Do we, I mean, Toi Tū Te Tiriti, obviously a big part of the year. Do you think we'll see a lot of that in the expression and composition of performance items?
Inevitably in our haka.
Yeah.
Obviously, that's it is our political stage. So it's an opportunity for our kaihaka, and no doubt, if they're onto it, kapa haka, they would already have composed their items. So Toi Tū Te Tiriti. The other thing I'm excited about is the stees, the kākahu, on and off stage. You know, Toi Tū Te Tiriti brought about the reclamation of our kākahu and our Māori designers. So I think that's also going to be something to watch at Te Kahui Maunga.
You're getting an applause from the creative cohort. Let's see, they're all nodding. They're all nodding. And one final thing, is this also an opportunity? I mean, after the hikoi, we saw a huge growth in people registering on the Māori roll. Do you think that might happen again at Te Matatini, given tens of thousands will attend in Taranaki?
Anei te wero. Anei te wero ki ngā kaihaka, ki ngā kapa, me pōti tātou katoa. Kua kite nei, kua rongo nei tātou I tēnā o ngā wero kia tātou katoa. So here's the challenge to all of our kaihaka and our kapa. Get everyone registered, make sure they are voting next year. Next year's local elections, as Shane has just talked about. And then we can actually start reclaiming our space in Te Ao Tōranga Pū. Also at Te Matatini, I believe there will be activations across the 5 days, seeking registrations to vote. So definitely, the only way you can be political is by being a part of the process.
Te manu te ori tēnā koe.
Tēnā
Mercia
koe.
Yates, e te iwi, with her Ngāti Rangi Wiwi hat. Just, you know, I thought she might go there, but she didn't. Mercia Yates there, and don't forget, Te Matatini 2025, it's going to be massive. Now, you may remember these fellas. They're on our show this year. They say that Christmas is Christmas for bands, because it's summer jams and the like. So we've got the boys from the Corella here. Corella, tēnā koutou. Welcome. I don't know who I'm talking to. Is it you, Pipi Whareroa? The rotene whare whala, I should.
VC whare.
VC, well, no, hey, no one's perfect, bro. Big time for you fellas, obviously, with summer concerts and stuff, but also a new album.
Yeah, ko pai hau whānau, so make sure you listen out for it. You know, a lot of hard mahi went into the album. You know, we spent probably 2 weeks together in a small room. Luckily, we still came out of there friends, just. But yeah, we've got something in there for everyone. You know, we've got love songs, pop, country, and, you know, back to some reggae roots.
Mean. And you're going to play us out. Are you going to play us one of those songs from the album?
Yeah, I think so. I think the one we're going to do is like a shout out to our Hawaiian whānau and to the bro Captain Cook.
Hey, on brand. On brand.
Just needs to be a Chiefs one.
Yeah, well, second place, not bad. Hey, thank you for coming. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for the story this year as well. All the best for summer, eh? Great. Hey, we'll kick you out because you're going to go sing. So we'll kick you out. There you go. Over there somewhere. Nice. Okay. And that's the boys from Corella. Thank you for joining us throughout the season 9 of the Hui 2024. We will be back with season 10. Wow, 10 seasons of the Hui. We're going to be live from Te Matatini. We will be broadcasting after the Pōwhiri from Te Matatini on the Monday, February 22nd next year. So join us then. So we will be back. Our thanks to everyone in the Hui, to all the team. I won't mention all the names. They know who they are. They're an amazing team. I'm just a small widget of a massive machine that creates the Hui. It's been a huge year. We look forward to next year. Please join us then. And thank you for watching us in 2024. As always, kia mau ki te turanga. O taputapua te haumi e, hui e, tai ki e.
Sailing all around the world, it's been already done. Ransacking and pillaging for fun. Oh, fun. Oh, now Cookie, oh, what a man. Should have stayed home on the river Thames. Now you're gone. You're gone, you're gone, you're gone. Cookie got cooked, Cookie got crispy, Cookie got burned, making trouble, won't be home for no whiskey. So Cookie got done, Cookie got angry, Cookie, you've had your fun, now you're gone to the fire. crispy. Cookie got burned, making trouble. Won't be home for no whiskey. So Cookie got done. Cookie got iron. Cookie, you've had your fun. Now you're gone to the fire. Said he came from a foreign land. Scott is what he claimed to be, but it was all in vain. Come on now, Cookie, you know what you've done, and everybody knows. Said that you lied, you cheated, you dumped out and down, and to the fire you go. Cookie got cooked, Cookie got crispy. Cookie got burned, making trouble. Won't be home for no whiskey. So Cookie got done. Cookie got iron. Cookie, you've had your fun. Now you're gone to the fire.
Nā te puna whakatongarewa, te hui, I tautoko.
Aphrodite. Breathing problems.
As the boys race lights and sirens, the call taker stays on the line with Evie.
She's definitely not her normal colour.
Okay, reassure her that help is being arranged. I want you to watch her very closely. If she becomes less awake and vomits, quickly lay her on her side.
Did it say she had a history of asthma as well? Yeah, it does. I get really worried with these patients, especially with the background of the asthma, because without getting that adequate oxygenation, patients can go from very well to very unwell very quickly. 5 minutes away.
Severe asthma attacks affect 1 in 10 adult Australians. Over 350 die each year.
All right. There's going to be a lot going on here. If it is life-threatening, we need to get some medications in and some oxygen into her as quick as we can to stop the progression. It must be absolutely terrifying not being able to breathe properly. It sounds horrible. Hello, so I'm Sam, this is Chris.
Aphrodite's daughter, Evie, is anxiously waiting for help to arrive.
What's happening today?
She's got a chest infection. She also has asthma.
As I walk into the room, I see the patient and she's coughing and it appears like she's having a lot of difficulty breathing. At this point, I'm thinking all my fears have come true. So when were you diagnosed with a chest infection?
This week?
5-6 days ago, okay.
And also have this heart problem up and down.
Her heart goes really fast and stops and like fast and slow.
Sure, okay.
And the doctor said last time if that happens to call an ambulance straight away.